Hey guys, because I currently only have 4 for the week TTMs, I'm going to do another set breakdown. I'm a little late getting this out. I had some loose ends that I had to take care of with this set. I'd write everything down and all that stuff, so I'm very late getting this. Well, it's Thursday morning-ish. I think I'm going to end up getting this out, so I usually try to get it Wednesday night, but Thursday morning was probably the latest I'll do these videos, just based on if I'm busy that night or whatever. 89 Donruss. There is kind of a cult following when it comes to getting these signed. I'll have my opinions on it after I get done, but we have quite a bit out of the 660 card set. There's 165 free that you can get as of December. I forget what today is. Like the 12th? Is that what today is? 13th? And then there's 2024, by the way, if you're watching this way later. This is the 110 paid, which, 275 cards you can get signed as of today. For the most part, very, very, very easily, with a little money too. It's pretty good. I have a 660 card set. So let's get going on the free ones first. All right, it's currently -7 wind chill here in Indiana, so happy winter. We got Paul Osemacher, Don August, Scott Bales, Steve Balboni, he's 1 per, Jeff Ballard, Jay Bell, Bruce Benedict, Mike Bilecki, Mike Birkbeck, Phil Bradley, William Brennan, Greg Brock, Tom Brookins. He's been getting back to people as of this week. It might have to wait a while, but he is getting back to people. Bob Brower, Jerry Brown, Steve Bushell, Brett Butler. It takes about a year to get him back. Same way with Greg Cadaret. Don Carmen, Chris Carpenter, Rick Cerrone, he's 1 per as well. Jim Clancy, Terry Clark, Mark Clear. He has been getting back, but there's a few that it's taken multiple years. But I think the earliest one I saw, maybe it took like 5 months, but he got basically all of his TTM mail done from the past couple years. Must have been like last week. So Stu Clybourne, Sherman Corbett, Chuck Krim is hit or miss, Danny Darman's a TTM GOAT, Doug DeCenzo, Mike Davis, Storm Davis he has a very high percentage as for his life, but has been pretty spotty over the last year. I think the last success I saw was maybe almost a year ago, so I don't know what's going on in his life. Maybe he stopped, but there's a chance that he could come back. So Frank DePino, Mike Dunn, Daryl Evans is another one you'd have to wait quite a bit on. Steve Farr, Sid Fernandez has been very good of late. He was not good for a long time, and then maybe about 2 months ago, he's been signing a ton. Very, very fast turnaround as well. John Fischel, Brian Fisher, Mike Fitzgerald, Scott Fletcher, Willie Frazier, Greg Gagne, Ron Gant, Wes Gardner. All right, Jerry Don Gleaton, Jim Gott, Mark Gubiza, Jose Guzman, Eric Hansen, Mike Harkey. Pete Harnish has been, he has had some successes recently. Both Greg Harris's, that's the first time I've been able to say that. He is very, very good. He has been for a long time. He has been recently. So Brian Harvey is a long wait usually. Billy Hatcher, he usually signs about 1 per, but that is spotty as well. Ed Hearn, Joe Hesketh seems to be 1 per, and if you send to him, maybe tell him he can keep a couple. That's how I did it. That's how I've been seeing a lot of people have successes with him. So if you want one signed, send them like a couple duplicates of that same card or something. Eric Hetzel, Rick Honeycutt. There's been some successes recently. I tried an old address and it worked. Ricky Horton, Charlie Huff, Jay Howell. By the way, if you want any of these addresses, I got them all on Sports Card Forum. I think that's the best one for baseball. If you want other sports, I would go to sportscollectors.net. Glenn Hubbard. Did I say Jay Howell? Yeah. Rex Hudler. Charles Hudson. Pete Cavaglia. He had a couple successes from where he managed in the minors last year. They will be announcing minor league squads, managers, coaching staffs, and stuff here soon. So just keep an eye on him. That seems to be the best way to get him. Brooke Jacoby, Deion James, Doug Jennings, Wallace Johnson, Tim Jones, Terry Kennedy, Paul Kilgus, Eric King, Bob Kipper, very good signer, Ron Kittle, Chad Kruger, Jeff Kunkel, Dennis Lamp, Les Lancaster, Carney Lansford. He is very, very spotty. I have seen people have some successes during the winter for his, I think it's his Arizona address. So, Dave LaPointe, Terry Leach, Bill Long, Barry Lyons, Alex Madrid, Mike Marshall, Dave Martinez, Odemy McDowell, Andy McGaffigan, Craig McMurtry. All right, let's pick up the rest of this stack here. Francisco Melendez. I don't know if that's his only card. Probably not, but that's the first time I've really remembered looking him up. So, Hensley Mullins, Brian Meyer, Bob Malacki, Keith Miller, Paul Marabella, John Moses, Rob Murphy is streaky. G. Nelson, got to wait a long time for him, but he does get back. Pete O'Brien, Jesse Orozco, Mark Parent, Dan Pasqua, Gary Pettis is another one you have to wait on. Ted Power, Charlie Puleo, Ray Quinones, Dennis Rasmussen, Shane Raleigh, Johnny Ray. We got Jeff Reed, Jerry Reed, Rick Ruschel, Dave Rigetti, Don Robinson, Jeff Robinson, Chris Sabo, let's see here, Luis Salazar, Israel Sanchez, Mackie Sasser, Jack Savage, Dave Schmidt, it's Diamond Kings as well, Mike Schooler, Bill Schroeder, Rick Shue, Steve Searcy. Larry Sheets has had some successes here recently. He is the head baseball coach at the Gilman School in Baltimore, real fancy pants school. That school has been in the news recently, but I will not talk about why. But yeah, so I did send to him sometime this week. So Pat Sheridan, Joel Skinner, Bryn Smith, Pete Smith, Zane Smith, Mike Smithson, Van Snyder, Corey Snyder. It's pretty streaky. You have to wait a long time as well. Pete Stanisic, Bob Stanley. He does have a P.O. box I've seen a couple successes from recently. So Mike Stanley, Kurt Stillwell, Todd Stoudemire. He's been okay recently as well. Franklin Stubbs. BJ Surhoff is very streaky, somewhat hard to get as well. Frank Tanana, Walt Terrell, Scott Terry. Mickey Tetleton is another one where we had a lot of success from where he managed in the minors last year. I would keep an eye on where he is, and he was very, very good signer towards the end of the season whenever, I think my brother was the first one, may have been the first one to send to him. That I noticed online, and he got a response in about a month or so. Jeff Treadway, Manny Trio, Jim Wallawander, Bill Wegman, Frank White. He is with Past Pros, but I have seen him get some successes from, he's involved with the Kansas City Monarchs baseball minor league team. Seeing people, he's been catching up on that mail. Ed Whitson, he has been very good in the past, although he hasn't had success in quite a while, but hopefully he'll restart again. So keep an eye on him. Ernie Witt, Glenn Wilson's pretty streaky. Same with Todd Worrell, Marvel Wynn, Rich Yett, and Gerald Young. So that's 165 free ones that are super easy or somewhat hard to get, but they either have a history of signing very, very well, or they're currently signing right now. So, all right, let's get to the paid, and I'll tell you how much they charge, maybe how to get, well, where to go through to get them. I have some information on some of that, most of them as well. Tony Armas is $15. Jack Armstrong is $5. Wally Backman is through Pass Pros. I have a hard time trying to find out some of these unless I put it in my cart and do all this other stuff. So if you're interested in Wally Backman, I think it's somewhere around 15, I think. Harold Baines is 20. Jesse Barfield is 15. Kevin Bass is 5. Let me move my list on this side here. All right. Juan Behringer is 5. Bert Blyleven is 20. Mike Bodiger is 5. Wade Boggs is 10. Daryl Boston's 15. Oil Cam Boyd is either 5 or 10. He done a bunch for free, but then he started signing notes with ones that he signed. It said, hey, please send me $5 per card or something like that. So, yeah, he's either 5 or 10. Sid Bream is $1. Tom Bernansky is through Pass Pros. I think it's like 13 with the Pass Pros fee, I believe. Ellis Burks is another one through Pass Pros, but I think he's more, like 25 or so. John Candelaria is 15. Jose Canseco is 15. Jack Clark is, I believe he's 12 through Pass Pros, I believe. Will Clark is 20. Roger Clemens is 100. Vince Coleman is 20. Dave Cohn is 50. Got these Diamond Kings here. Dennis Cook is 5. Henry Cotto is 5. Jody Davis is 5. Andre Dawson is 10. Rick Dempsey, it's kind of hard. I think it might be 5 per, but I think as long as you put $5 in an envelope, like he'll sign a couple cards for you or something. So just FYI, I can't really figure out what he charges. Bob Denier is 5. Mike Devereaux is 10. Dennis Eckersley is 10. Kevin Elster is 3. Cecil Fielder's been very good recently, $5 per autograph. Carlton Fisk is 50. We got Jim Gantner is 5. Doc Gooden is 20. Rich Gossage is 10. Kelly Gruber, I believe it's like $3 per card. Somewhere around there. I've seen people put in a 10 and get like 5 card sign or something. I don't know. It's another one that I think it's just a donation to like the Jordan Fund or something along those lines, or some school. Ron Hassey is 10. Mickey Hatcher is 15. I believe it's through JD Promotions. Vaughn Hayes is 5. Mike Keith is 10. I think it's through the baseball clinics, I think it's called. Neil Heaton is 5. Mike Henneman is 10. Keith Hernandez is 25. Tommy Herr is 5. Teddy Higuera is 10. Ken Hill is 3. Jack Howell is 10. Where am I at here? Lost my spot. 10. Ken Herbeck is 5. Greg Jeffries is 10. Howard Johnson is 10. Wally Joyner is 15. Jimmy Key is 5. Vance Law is 5. Charlie Liebrandt is 5 as well. Jose Lind is $1. Kurt Manwaring, he's through Pass Pros, but I can't really figure out what he charges because he hasn't really had a success in quite some time. So, yeah, just FYI. Dennis Martinez is $5. Jack McDowell is 5. Kevin McReynolds is 5. Larry McWilliams is 5 as well. Paul Molitor is 20. Jamie Moyer is 25. Same with Del Murphy is 25. Tom Niedenfuhr, I believe it's 15, and that's also through JD Promotions. Ken Oberkfell, I believe it's $6, although he hasn't had a success in quite some time. Ron Oster, I don't know. I know he does charge because I tried to, a bunch of people tried to send him for free, and he sent some back unsigned and some he sent unsigned as well, but with like a price list or something. I know it's more than $10. That's because someone said I can get Hall of Famers for less than that. So that's my guess. It's $15-20, something like that. Junior Ortiz is $5. Rafael Palmeiro is $20. Dave Palmer is $10. Dave Parker, the newest Hall of Famer, as of right now, he's $25. But now since he can sign the HOF, maybe it's a little more. He is dealing with Parkinson's though, so unfortunately, don't expect a whole lot of signings. But as of right now, $25 is what he charges. Lance Parrish is $15. Alejandro Pena is $3. Eric Plunk is $5. Terry Poole is $10. Jeff Reardon is $10. Excuse me. Gary Redus is $5. Jim Rice is $20. Jeff Russell is $10. Nolan Ryan is $75. Brett Saberhagen is $10. Ryan Sandberg is $10. But he kind of is going through another cancer spell, so just FYI with that. With him, unfortunately, he's my favorite player growing up, so it's tough to see. Steve Sachs is $5. Ruben Sierra is $10. Lee Smith is $30. Chris Spear is through Pass Pros. I believe it's $13 with the fee, if I remember, or if I figured it out right. Terry Steinbach is $2. Danny Tarble, I believe it's $2 or $3. I don't know if he raised it recently or not. Gary Templeton is through Pass Pros as well. I think it's over 25. Dickie Thon is through Pass Pros and it's 13. And then Trammell, I believe it's 10 per if you send it to the team. I've seen people have success doing that. John Tudor is 5. Andy Van Slyke is 25 through Pass Pros. I would not send him cash like I had success doing a couple weeks ago. I have seen some people kind of just him keep the money and returns the cards unsigned. I don't know if it was a one-time thing, but someone definitely had an experience sending to him. So I would go through Pass Pros just to be safe. Frank Viola is $5. Denny Walling is $10. Lou Whitaker is $25. I don't know if the stuff behind me is messing with the focus here. Devin White, he's to Pass Pros. I think it's $25. Willie Wilson's $5, and Herm Winningham is $5. Now, for my opinion on 89 Donruss, I have a couple signed, but they weren't my focus on getting them signed whenever I first submitted them to put them in an envelope. They're mostly for padding my envelope, just getting a couple extra, because honestly, I just think they might be a little bit too dark. The dark border around, a lot of it's got some dark border around here. At least 87 Donruss did have the black border, but it seemed like a lot of the backgrounds were much brighter. I mean, there are some decent cards though that you can get signed and they'd look good. Like right here, this one looked fine. But that's just my opinion. I know I've had some people mention do 89 Donruss, and I've never done an 89 baseball set. I'm trying to think. I've mostly done like 91s, and then So that's it for the week here. Hopefully by Sunday I'll have some more returns. I think I've got 4 right now. It's not good. So I'm expecting a lot of slow weeks here in the coming weeks, but I did send off like 30 this week. So the mail's running slower. People have, holiday things going on. They don't have time to sign. Perfectly fine. I am all set for some set breakdowns. I have like 2 more sets I could do. So expect maybe 1 each the next 2 weeks. That's my, just assume that I'm going to do one on one of the days, probably on Wednesdays. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, comment down below any from this set that you're going to target in the coming weeks. And I will see you on Sunday. Thank you.